In the remote mountains of Japan, I once found a village that didn't breathe. The streets were empty, the houses still, yet eyes seemed to follow me. They weren't human eyes. They belonged to dolls, hundreds of them standing in silence. Farmers, children, old men. An old woman had made them, each one replacing a neighbor long gone. Now her creations outnumber the living. They sit in classrooms that will never ring again, wait at bus stops where no bus will come. Even the wind moves carefully here, as if afraid to wake them. This is Nagoro, the village where time forgot to move. Tell me, would you stay for a night among those who never left? Near Kyoto, there's a tunnel carved through the mountain's bone. By daylight, it's narrow and dim, almost ordinary. But when night falls, the air thickens, and something listens. They say workers died building it, and their voices echo through the walls. A mirror inside shows your death, and red lights turn on with no source. Once I passed through at dusk. The air was heavy, like being watched by the unseen. Behind me, soft footsteps followed, but when I turned, there was only silence. If you ever enter the Kiyotaki tunnel, don't glance at the mirror. And if the darkness whispers your name, pretend you didn't hear it. At the foot of Mount Fuji lies a forest that swallows sound. The deeper you walk, the quieter the world becomes. It's called Aokigahara, the Sea of Trees. But people whisper another name, the Forest of Lost Souls. Legends say spirits linger here, guiding or deceiving those who enter. Compasses fail, paths twist, and light itself grows uncertain. Once, I followed a trail of red string through the trees. It ended at a single shoe and nothing else. Even the wind avoids this place. The silence is alive, patient, listening. This is Aokigahara, where the living go to disappear. If you heard a voice call your name here, would you answer? In a quiet temple in Hokkaido, a doll waits. Her name is Okiku, and they say her hair still grows. Once she was just a gift from a brother to his little sister. But when the girl died too soon, the doll began to change. At first, only a few strands, then more and more. Priests cut the hair, yet by morning it returned, soft, black, alive. I saw her once. Her eyes seemed almost aware, glimmering like wet glass in candlelight. For nearly a century, she sat behind the shrine doors, watched, whispered about, never moved, yet never still. Some call her cursed, others say she's just lonely. Tell me, if you saw her blink, would you stay or run? There's a valley in northern Japan where stories never died. They call it Tono, a place where the unseen still breathe. By day, it's quiet, rice fields, mist, and mountain wind. But when the sun falls, the old tales return. A woman with no face walks the road. A horse speaks with a man's voice. Children vanish near the river, their laughter echoing downstream. The people here don't laugh at these stories. They bow and whisper and leave offerings. I passed through once, and I swear I heard something laugh behind me. Not cruelly, just amused. Maybe the old gods never left. Maybe they're just waiting for us to notice again. Would you listen if the mountains called your name? Off the coast of Nagasaki, there's an island that remembers. They call it Hashima, Ghost Island. Once filled with miners, families, and children's voices, Now only the wind remains. Concrete towers crumble under salt and time. Windows stare like hollow eyes over an empty sea. When I walked its cracked streets, I felt footsteps that weren't mine. A door creaked, though no doors still stand. Some say it's just the wind, but the wind doesn't whisper in Japanese. At night, the waves strike the walls like slow, distant drums, and for a heartbeat, it feels alive again. This is Hashima, the island that remembers what we've forgotten. Would you dare to step ashore and listen to what still breathes there? In China, there's a place where the living walk the paths of the dead. They call it Fengdu, the ghost city. Temples climb the mountain like steps to the afterlife. Every bridge, every gate tests a soul's heart. The locals say the wind there has voices in it, soft and sad. I climbed those stairs once. My shadow felt heavier with each step. Stone faces lined the path, smiling like they knew something I didn't. At night, lanterns flicker where no hands light them. A pale bridge waits across the fog, and they say only the guilty look back. This is Fengdu, where myth and afterlife breathe as one. Tell me, would you cross its bridge if you heard your name from the other side? In the misty mountains of Zhangjiajie rises a tower of stone. They call it the Demon Tower. Long ago, monks sealed something inside it, or so the stories say. But storms still gather above it like a warning. When lightning strikes, the whole mountain seems to shudder. The locals bow their heads and shut their doors. I stood beneath it once, and the air felt charged, like the sky was holding its breath. A shadow moved along the stone, or maybe it was just mine. Wind screamed through the cliffs, yet beneath the howl I heard a heartbeat. This is the Demon Tower, where the earth keeps its secrets locked in thunder. Would you stand beneath it and listen? High on a volcanic mountain lies a lake so still it reflects the sky like glass. They call it Tianqi, Heaven Lake. On calm days, it's beautiful. On stormy nights, it breathes. They say a dragon sleeps beneath the surface. Others speak of lights that rise from the deep and hover like souls seeking escape. When I looked into the water, I saw my reflection blink a moment too late. A ripple passed, yet the air was still. Fishermen hear voices calling through the mist, softly mimicking their own. None who follow them are ever seen again. This is Heaven Lake, a mirror between worlds. If you looked into its depths and it looked back, would you keep looking?